What's up, man?
Good morning. Back to the jungle.
Back to the jungle indeed.
It's good to be back.
You missed a whole week of excruciating bowel movements. It was great.
Yeah, I tried to avoid it as much as I could. But of course, here and there you have a look. And until Wednesday, it was absolutely going nowhere. It was a
Yeah.
crazy $3 range. Then we had some movement towards the end of the week. Some really, there was some really good trades. Rejecting that 678
Yep.
area there. And now we have a beautiful week with almost no data, just FOMC minutes on Wednesday.
Oh, that should be enough,
It's
I
like,
think, because the those
yeah,
minutes are like they're the gold
I
now.
know.
They are
Yep,
the
yep.
gold.
Yeah, so let's see what we do today. I'll let you go first today so I
Sure
can
thing.
get back in the.
Yeah, man. Let me pull up my
Yeah,
charts here.
it's good to be looking at the charts. I know I told people that I would take some trades. I would talk about or mention some possible setups, but I was like, you know what? I really want to just be completely disconnected. And
That's the best way.
if I announce a trade, I need to be in it, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for me announcing not to be in it. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything. I just really want to get away from the charts as much as I can. Otherwise, I'm gonna be looking all the time at this.
You're good,
So
man.
I didn't really. No, it was great. It was great. It was great with time with the family. Entire week of eating a lot and drinking a lot.
Excellent. Excellent. Glad to hear it, buddy. All right, let's see
Back on
here.
full of energy. Let's make money now. Someone has to pay all that.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, just FYI, everybody, the pointers will look different today. I am still almost finished. Actually, I have it already, but since I'm going to be doing this, I will do it right immediately after or while Ginger's presenting to get the rest of it out there. Your charts can be updated now, though. That part is on there. I worked really hard this weekend to reset everything. I started from scratch on how I do my whole process. The best of the results of which you will see tomorrow. Today will be good. Tomorrow will be better. A lot of help for you guys, I think, in all this stuff. So, really trying to implement all the policies and everything that I use to trade into the system so that I can actually take all the data and spit it out to you in a good way. All right, so starting over here on the on the VIX futures, of course, we have still have a declining run here. We're outside the channel. Let me just push this here. So we are just outside the channel right now. You can see with a small breakout here on it, but it's still declining. So we're following that trend line down. I would venture to guess, since I use crayons to draw my channels in here, that it is probably technically in the channel. So look at that, boom. Now it's in the channel. No, but in all seriousness, for this to pop out, we need it to go up and push and break that 18 and a quarter level and push on up. I do expect to see that this week. I do also expect that we're going to get a lot of messing around with us today and tomorrow and Wednesday. You can see the overnight here on ES. We tried to recover and push. Ultimately coming down, losing that trend line on the overall, back testing the 4-hour 20 on the RTH. With daily 9 support down below, it is very possible we do a daily 9 backtest shortly here this week. It's going to be a mixed bag. So here's what I see. I see all-time highs in SPY, and I also see us kind of pulling back into the 772 range ish here, right where the daily 9 is here. So we're going to be a little bit volatile. Towards the end of the week, I believe we'll be able to start getting in for longer swing positions. That's the goal for, well, not longer, but for at least for like a 2-week run. But it all really depends on what happens midweek this week here. Nothing to get excited about. There is going to be a big pullback, though. Once we get through that pullback, that's where we're going to actually kind of get a better run in here. The market is super, super strong. Let me show you how strong. First, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin here. on my chart here. So we are back in this channel here, the 63.1, 63.8 channel. We're slopping around in here. We did close the week below and below the channel line, and then we pop back in the overnight session. So trading in here, I do expect to see Bitcoin go. The reason I say that this is showing us some strength is that it didn't collapse down into this range here on the 61 where we did 4 or 5 weeks ago in that expectation. So it's holding its level here, which is a good bounce point for it to run. London low on here is definitely where we're going to target for any lows for today going into this evening, and I actually expect to see Bitcoin pop up a little higher here. So this morning, well, early morning around 6:30, you can check out this pop right here up to 78.24. And then followed by this nice little drop here at 826, pushing us down. So VIX is, ES is all over the place. VIX didn't move a hair. Oil didn't move a hair. This is all data related. But just switch over real quick to, sorry, my whole setup got reset here. So what do we have this morning? We didn't really have much. We had Empire Manufacturing Index, which was really actually, it was pretty high. So that may be what caused a little bit of the push down here. I don't think so though. I don't think that really pushes too much. Had a lot of Canadian news out, and I think that may have also given us a little bit of a run here. But anyway, bouncing off down these levels here. I don't see any reason not to have support here at the 4-hour 20. We tend to test that a lot in the last couple of weeks. Just flip back over here real quickly. You can see this 4-hour 20 has really given us a lot of guidance in the past couple of weeks at this level. We are at the top of the level from a week and a half ago where we had peaked out. So this is the make or break point off the 4-hour 20 here. And again, I think we'll see a little push and we'll see a back test and then probably get back down into the daily 9 this week. On the daily, what does that look like? Just bring you into SPY on the daily. So that push back here would bring us back to the center of the channel here, and the push up would bring us to the top. So we're looking at a range of 784 and a low of 770 for the week is where I'm looking at. Qs, just to kind of chart that out on the Qs as well so you get an idea. On the back test, we can see a low of 717, which is a big stretch on down. And then I don't think we see all-time highs this week. I think we're really looking up into the 743. Sorry, I have it written down here. It'll be on the notes too. I don't know why it didn't pop up in here. 743. Here, maybe on this one here. Here we go. 734 and 735 on the top end of this. So that's where we're pushing for on here. Again, the pointers are in there for you guys when you reset your charts. NVIDIA, so floundering around a little bit. Look at this, how flat we were for multiple days. Even when I expanded out here, it kind of goes. So we had that flat on Friday, flat through Thursday, coming in over the weekend, and we're still in that range here. So indecision, consolidation, it's really kind of upper end consolidation as we figure out whether or not we're going to push up on higher. We do have supports coming up underneath though as well, so that's always a good indication. Trend is going in the right direction. We are aligned. We have the 9, the 20, and the 50 all in alignment. So everything looks like it's in the right spots here to push. So keep that in mind. What's that?
Waiting for earnings.
Yes.
Waiting for earnings on the 26th.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we have. That pushes into next week. So we definitely have that stalled out. So this will get volatile the closer we get to it. Maybe interesting to start thinking about a strangle on this. Although every single earnings report has done the same thing for tech. Who wants to be the first one to see if it goes the other way? We had AMAT this week with blew it out. Cisco blew it out, all dumped. So I don't. We're gonna continue that trend, or we're gonna actually reverse it and follow suit with what's actually happening here. And these guys will be the one that make that decision because they are the printers of the chips. So. Looking forward to seeing how this pans out a little bit. I got a little bit more data on this too in the actual pointers for you guys to go through. Just gonna kind of cruise on through here. One more thing here too with Soxel. Um, so again, I'm looking for Soxel to pull back. That doesn't mean we're not going to get a little run here before we do so, but I am looking for. I want to buy down in this 120-22 range down in here before we head back up into the 180s. So it could be a big pullback here before we push on up. And I have a lot of data to support all that. My timing is trying to figure out if we push up a little bit higher first before we do that, but it's all going to happen within the next week and a half to 2 weeks. So these excuse me, these levels, these charts are really kind of screaming right now with this because of the growth that we had. Now, the floor of all this actually, when you go back down here to your April, excuse me, your July, April, your July low, and then actually we did have that April low too. Let me actually look at this on the bigger chart to share with you guys a little easier. Here we go. So there's our July low. This is going to be the floor that we're definitely not going to lose. Going to be fearful if we do. This is our May 30th going into April low. So that's also going to be, we cannot, we're definitely not going to see anything like that with in this pullback. But I do want to see this floor here hold. I do think we're going to be probably closer to the monthly 9 in this range in terms of a pullback here. So just beware, we're in this current channel now. We did pop up. This is Friday's data because it's a daily chart, but we are a little bit higher, 149. So we are in this channel here, in this grip that we got stuck in right here. The one below it, though, is still a magnet pulling us down. Daily 9 is going to pop up in underneath support here. If we lose that daily 9, which we are still holding, if we lose that daily 9, then we'll easily we'll start that retraction down. It's hard for me to tell which the catalyst is going to be, whether it's geopolitical, Nvidia earnings, or the Fed. But one of those three is going to be the piece that pulls all this together. I don't think it's going to be earnings from another report. I think it's going to be really Nvidia that drives the show, or geopolitical, which is coming right around the corner. I think today's the last day of the war ceasefire, so we'll probably see some action discussed on that front here today too.
They said something in the morning that they are apparently okay to agree to another 60 days of peace.
Okay.
But I need to do more research on it. I just saw.
So U.S. said they've agreed to that, and then the Iranians say they don't know what they're talking about. That's the typically way this goes.
No.
Right?
I know it usually goes like that, but apparently Iran said they were open to it.
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, we'll see how that goes out too. See what the patience is like on the U.S. side. So MU, similar path here. Again, could reach up a little higher. We are at that inflection point. We bounced off the magic number 1,000 today in the overnight session here. Key area to test. It always starts as a psychological test the first time you hit it, which was a month and a half ago, and then now it's become kind of a significant area for resistance as we sit below it. So expect to pull back a little bit in here. Probably 24-hour 9 gives us some support on through. If I'm looking at ES and that 4-hour 20 and I correlate that with this, I think they probably match up and we get that little bit of pull back here and then push right on up through, and we'll see if the 1,000 can be broken. If so, that'll give us a little bit of a run here on MU before we get that pullback. So I am expecting a lot of volatility here through this mess here. CRDO leveled out 3 days, finally leveled out a little bit here, so this is good. Needs a little bit of a retracement in order to garner support for continued growth here. Friday was a good healthy pullback here onto the 4-hour 9. And we needed that because we can't just keep steamrolling ahead for it. This is the way growth looks like. We take a run, we pull back and test levels, do a little price searching, make sure that we are at supports and that buying support is there, and push us back up. Now we're flatlined here as well, which is above our key 4-hour supports. So that's good that we're there, but we do need to mix this up and bring them higher. Not a huge trading range here, but as you and I both know, the CRDO likes to have a minimum of 10 points on the floor. We had a nice trade on that. I don't remember, it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I did one with you guys, and it gave us quite a bit of a range. And this, again, great day trading, great scalping. I would be focusing on doing day trading and scalping this week, with your eye on the ball for report releases and earnings release, all that stuff, so that you are aware for the volatility. But the volatility is what's going to make this fun. So on the daily chart for CRDO, again, this is the trend I want it on. So we are 259. Yes, we are still above the trend line, way above it right now, actually. So that's good. Let me extend this out a little bit. That's where I want to stay on top of this to continue this growth pattern right here, which we are doing. So nice little dip back in here, back above. We've got supports in line. Once this daily 9 crosses this trend line, it will do so right and correlate probably perfectly with the 266 where the breakdown level was here. That'll be green light for CRDO to continue on its path. I'm gonna do space. I'm gonna leave you Tesla if you want. Do you want Tesla?
Yeah, I'll do Tesla.
All right, let me
Yeah,
just skip over to
I can do
SpaceX real
Tesla.
quick. SpaceX is consolidating here. Again, we had this push on up with all of the news and the contract signings and all that stuff, and I expect all that stuff to wear off, and then we'll start to kind of travel down. This has a long way to go to mature, and that's one thing with IPOs and stuff like that that people don't understand is that these stocks have to mature. They have to price search at some range. They can't just rocket ship and no pun intended and go all over the place. They do have to kind of
Well,
back test. Yeah, go ahead.
do you know they schedule a launch of a rocket and then be able to grab both sides of the rocket for the first time? I think it's the by the end of this month.
Oh yeah.
If that works, this will be a huge catalyst for SPX, SpaceX.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
be very careful there. I don't know
Yep.
when that is. I need to do my research. I saw it during the cruise, but
And, it, and,
that
it, and
will
if it blows up,
yeah, that will
I'm just
completely
kidding. I'm just
yeah,
kidding. He,
that will be. But this guy's like to do miracles.
yeah, he
So be
does. He does.
careful.
Yep.
Be careful here with this. We are at a key level right now. 144.84 is the key level to break to the upside or not. If you guys look at my charts, but it's funny this turnaround. If you look at the daily, this turnaround now. So we'll see what happens with that. But I think that will determine the future of in the short term of SpaceX run or not. That we need to do a research. I'll let everyone know. I'll look into it. That is massive for them.
Yeah, that'd be
Go ahead,
helpful.
sorry, banana.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're fine. You're totally fine. You want to grab it from here? Are you want to?
yeah, sure, yeah,
Let
I
me
can start
switch.
going.
Let me just find your chart. I'm having a problem with your chart. I'm just gonna disconnect it and then reconnect it. I think. I don't know why it won't go away. Hold on one second. Stop watching. Now watch stream. There we go. I got your chart, and let me put it on the thing.
Cool.
Okay, you're live.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Do you see what I was talking about?
Yeah,
SPX that I
yeah, yeah.
have here. This is kind of usually, but on the daily, we already EMAs are crossing. Everything is looking kind good. I think this would be a great entry around here, 132. And this, if this comes down, the weekly doesn't tell us much because it's too young of a stock. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on this. We might get something. I just want to go really quick on SPY. What I think the levels might be, right? On the daily, here's where we need to all to continue this run. Okay, it's very clear here. Close, open, wick. Okay, this is imperative to continue. 775 is a big level. If I go here to the 4 hour, there's that wick right there, and here's our 775 level on SPY right there. Okay, even the R indicator is telling you that is and it will be what we usually trade between the EMAs, the 9 and the 21. It comes here, and then this is the key level to bounce if you want to continue to the upside. Okay. Here on the weekly, look, we have huge the breakout, and now this candle make another high. Unless we have some really good catalyst this week, I don't think we'll get that top. I agree completely with Banana. Next week will be a different story with Nvidia earnings.
Yeah.
That can really pull this. One of the things is we're starting to get really far away from the EMAs on the weekly. So you know that works, right? It comes to retest them usually all the time. one of the things that can still push us up is, look, we did all-time highs on SPY, but we haven't done it on Qs. So we still have room to go a little bit higher here because the pullback on the Qs on the tech was a lot stronger last month. So there is definitely here on the daily. We are all crossing. This is going up nicely. So just look at the key levels. Just pull your daily. Look at your indicator, right? This is where we can go, and then we'll find the resistance there at 141 stars, and then of course the all-time high around there, though 749, 750. There on the Qs. Okay, perfect fill of the gaps of the EMAs, and then the bounce. We never hit the 200, which leads me to believe that at one point, if we're gonna come and get exactly what Banana was talking, those Julys, and that is probably closer to the midterms election. Okay, don't forget that we trade probabilities, and the probability of the market to drop on midterms right before is huge.
Yeah.
I think it's 70 something percent or 80%, something like that. We always dump. Okay, the market hates uncertainty, and then after that we go for the run again. I just want to have a little touch on Soxel because I think that chart looks really interesting here. Looks amazing actually. Okay, again, Soxel huge run, expanded the EMAs. We have the gaps between the EMAs. We filled all the gaps to the 200. That is your final TP. Perfect trade from there. If anyone took that, then we faked a lot more. Okay, this was brutal here. I was trying to play the bounce, but the trade here is always the bounce from the 200 to the 90 MA. You had made money. Okay, then you don't know what's going to happen. So now we bounce. Now the EMAs are very close to each other. This is the key level right now. Can we go above the 50 MA? Okay, here's our all supports. We need to hold. Soxel needs to hold here the 90 MA, this 737 level to continue, and it needs to break this wick here, that is where the EMA is, to continue to the upside, 158 level. Okay, so I think it looks very clean on the daily and on the weekly as well, because the weekly is your 90 MA. This is make or break right now for Stoxel. Okay, on the weekly, there's your 90 MA. There's that pivot level. Okay, if we don't break to the upside here, you can put your TP here. We're gonna make it another lower low. Okay, just look at it. If we can close above it, we're going to continue to the upside. If we cannot claim this level and go above the 90 MA on the weekly, new lower low from the Julys. Okay, that's why I wanted guys just to see. This is of course not going to happen today. It's not going to happen next week, but this is the lows if you don't break to the upside. But this week is going to be very important, especially next week with NVIDIA earnings. Look, we tapped to the 90 MA perfectly and came down a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna look and keep my eye on Soxel. I think there's a really good trade to be made here, depending on where we reject or we can claim it. Tesla looks fantastic here. Okay, fantastic. Apologies for the for all the lines there, but these lines are money printers, so I keep them there. They show me the levels of Tesla. Okay, we're in this ascending trend line there. We retest, we faked it and bounce again. And Tesla held 300 perfectly. We made that trade from 311 to 328 something. So it shows here, look, we hold 325, and now this is the next level. Okay, so can we, there's your EMA, the 90 EMA. Can we now hold 347? If I go here to the daily, it's a lot more visible. And I said this a while ago. We are going to go and try to close the earnings gap to the downside that we had. First time, everyone that knows how I trade gaps, the first time we go almost to 50% to fill the gap. We reject. We need to hold here now. Okay, this is a key level right now here to hold, and then go all the way there. There's your 50, and this is, look at the gaps between the EMAs. Fill the gaps. The 200 is the top. Final TP right there. That one here. 379, let's say 380. If we can hold here, that will be your final TP here on Tesla. I may take a trade today on Tesla for a longer term, depending on what we do here. This daily candle on Friday is a rough one, okay? But the weekly did not close bad at all, okay? It closed above that. That is very important. Okay? So if we can, this is what I'm waiting. Come and see if today we retest this 337 level, 337.29, and see how Tesla reacts. If Tesla holds it, I'm going to go for longs. Okay, and that go for longs here. There's 342. Maybe I will hold until 347, and that will be the final TP. There's your 90 MA right there. Okay. We hit the bottom here, and it seems it's holding. So, and we know how Tesla is. When it likes to run, it runs. But we got to be careful because this might be just the retraction of 50% of this candle. Okay. But I think we are good to close the gap from earnings. Okay, 322. Okay. Another one that I want to go over here is PayPal. Okay, PayPal was an amazing trade. I said 60 was my final TP. We're going. Okay, this turnaround, we were looking at PayPal since 40. This is a great candle here. And then with this is because of also the acquisition and all that kind of stuff. Now I am looking for, this is what I'm looking. Let me show you on the 4-hour. I will be very happy if this retraces around 59.50. I'll get in. Now I have no interest here in getting in. Okay, I want this to come down here and retest this level here. Okay. It needs to hold that reversal candle. The best entry would be here at 58. Okay, if we can get that. So we'll see what happens. But we have a big distance here. So I don't think we're gonna lose that for now, because it's in a hot streak right now. But an entry here would be really, really good. And we will be targeting the previous high here. Okay, the 62, and then final TP 64. Okay, so it's looking really good here. The bounce, we reclaim this area. This will be massive support. And then here, this area is another support. Okay, this 57. And we can see here, I'm going to, the volume, there was some volume here that is getting into it. Okay. I don't want to talk about Netflix. Netflix here looks like it might start to reject here. Where is, we did good. We did a good trade on Microsoft. IBM. I just want to do a little recap on IBM here. Okay, guys. I exited at 237.50. I didn't get the entire move. No, I didn't. Because the entire move would be the 90 MA here at 242. Okay. But you never know what's going to happen. So when you're in the 4-hour, we got all this from here, the 206, the previous all-time high, and we were able to trade this. What I don't like about IBM now is we got out of this channel. Okay. So this can now go sideways and accumulate for another push or drop. So I have no interest right now here on being IBM. You gotta wait for the break or the drop, and we trade the retest here. Okay, so if you like IBM, hold it, because see how we're going sideways right now. I don't want to be part of it. One that I really like, everyone, is Amazon to the downside. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to do this week, is trying to edge myself, be in some things that I look good long and some things that look good to the downside. This actually just dropped a lot. I wanted to get here. Wow. I saw this last week from the DCMA to the 9 to the 21. If we look at the weekly, okay, we made a all-time high, big rejection there. We could not hold the previous one. We tried. We went there. We wicked out, and we're coming down. Okay. I think we come and retest. This is the first one here. Okay, this previous double top, 258. But I think we come a little bit lower and retest this. We just need a little push. Let's see if we get it this morning to get in. I don't want to get in right when this is dumping. Okay. But this is what's going to be my key. If we can bounce here and get there to 270, 60, and then we reject, I would love this. Okay. Now I don't want to get in now here, okay, because this is where we can bounce, but I want to see what we do around here. Okay. This 274 area, 270, between 270 and 274. I want to see what we do here. If you can bounce, okay, then I'll have a lot of interest to go short to these levels here, to the 258, to the 252, and to fill up the gap on the 200. Okay, we do all that thing all the time, guys. Okay, see here, fills up the gap, we came lower. Then when we reverse, we extend and we get gaps to the downside. The market does that all the time. So you gotta just wait for your entry there. That's it. I will talk about more about the other stuff. I am planning, and I'm going to talk to Banana about this. Like every Wednesday now on the webinar, we do an hour of stocks that we think that are really good for long-term trades, and we'll go over a couple of the ones that you guys have in mind. We'll chart them with you. I think it will be very beneficial for everyone to go over that, not just doing it in the morning. Friday, Wednesday on the webinar.
Yeah, not a bad idea. I want to add to that. We'll probably be able to do things like talk about changes and things. I mean, every week I'm making massive changes to how we do things and what's going on, and I feel like I'm going at light speed, and I feel like nobody actually has any clue what I've done to help them all. So I probably need to update everybody on that. So as we, once a week or whatever, because there's some really, really big changes in the data sets and in the pointers and how it all works with you guys. And so going over that stuff, I think will be helpful for everybody too. So yeah, I'd like to formulate that too. We got to pick a time that'll work. And so you and I'll converse on that and check the board. If you guys haven't put your votes in on the time on the channel there, what is it? It's in the Start Here channel under Anonymous Polls. I think it's the last one. Let us know what times work best for you guys. We'll see if we can accommodate all that. All right, you got anything else?
No, this is it.
There you are.
We just opened, so I'm gonna go to my channel.
Yeah, go to your channel and I'll see you there, man. All right. Thanks, everybody. Okay. I look forward to
everyone.
it. I'll see you over there, too. And I'm going to end this pre-market call now, too.